Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel known as A Name Indeed, and as you can see we are playing some PC building simulator here on the channel. Now I know I haven't really played a simulator type video game here on the channel, but if you actually follow me on Instagram, then you will actually see that over there I actually do a fair amount of PC builds for, you know, friends and family, and sometimes for other people that just generally need a system built for them. And it's one thing I generally love doing. It's just one thing that I really see that I really enjoy. It's overall one thing that I somewhat see as my dream job in a sense, outside of like maybe trying to do YouTube and a few other things out there. Anyways, in this video we're just going to be doing a free build here. We'll actually be building the system I use this day and age, as well as probably another system that I've built in the past. And along with that, if you guys want to see some more PC building simulator here in the future, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below to let me know that you guys want to see some more of this game here on the channel. Hell, who knows, maybe I'll even jump into a career mode or something at some point. Anyways, we're gonna jump into the free build here. We're gonna do a new area, and we're just gonna stick with the small little area because this is all I've really worked with. Now, I got this game a little bit a while back and didn't really dabble with it too much until fairly recently, and I've actually been really enjoying it. So before we jump into it, we need our case. I actually have a Deep Cool Matrix 55. I think I have the version 2, but Lord knows that probably not gonna have every version here. It looks like we have the version without the what's it called, the basement here for the PCU, which is fine. Can't overall get every single version of every single fucking case in this game, so you know. Oh well, accidentally fucking got rid of the front panel there, which is fine. We need that out of there anyway. Let's go ahead and get our PCI lock off of here. One little fun fact about my case is that actually, whenever I first got mine in, it actually never came with the PCI lock, which is perfectly fine, but at first I didn't really care that much about it, versus now as time has gone by and I've somewhat gotten a little bit better with making PCs, that one little opening in the back drives me insane. Anyways, we're gonna get our board now. I have an X570 Tough from Asus, and it doesn't look like we have that board surprisingly. I'm actually fairly surprised about that. That's actually a very commonly used board. Anyways, I guess we're gonna use this ROG Strix B550 board here instead. Just to somewhat try to replicate it to the best of our abilities here. I don't swear, we're not actually allowed to use this one fucking standoff. Why? I'm pretty sure we need that. I'm fairly certain I screw goes there. Yes. Alright, that's gonna drive my OCD insane. Alright, let's go ahead and get the board screwed in here. And we can install our CPU next. Alright, let's get our little CPU handle opened up there. Let's get our ARM extended, and let's go ahead and get our 3700X in here. Good old 8-core 16-thread processor. Get the ARM back down. Do ourselves a little turd of CPU paste, or thermal paste, CPU paste, jeez. And next up, we're actually gonna do our DIMM slots. I have two 16 gig sticks from Corsair. I have some Corsair RGB Vengeance Pros. Hey, look at that first one to show up actually. Doesn't look like they have 16 gig DIMMs though, which is fine. We'll just work with the 8 gig DIMMs here. Let's get our memory clips opened here. I'm a little bit upset that it's not all the way realistic and you don't have to do the bottom clips, but it's probably really annoying to overall have the code and something that small though. So overall, I'm not gonna fucking nitpick everything. It'll just sound like I am though. Next up, we'll do our CPU cooler actually. I got another deep cool product here. I got a deep cool Gamix. Hey, look at that GT. Mine actually has 2 fans on there, but you know, like I said, you can't really get everything perfect. Go ahead and get our CPU fan installed. Next up, we're gonna actually do our storage here. I have a 4 terabyte hard disk for just throwing a bunch of files on and such. Can I not sit to the front? It is through the front, look at that. That is one thing that is majorly different with mine, except it makes sense that mine would be through the back because there's a fucking power supply basement. Along with that, we actually have a 500 gig SSD from Samsung. That's one thing I drastically need to upgrade in my system. And Samsung's not here. Wow. But yeah, overall, storage is one thing I drastically need to upgrade. Just mainly due to the fact that I also have 2 M.2 slots on my board, just like this B550 one here, and not a single one of them is occupied. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get that installed. We can't hook up the power yet because we don't have our power supply installed, so okay, let's go ahead and do that. I have a 850 watt Corsair once again. This overall one brand I sort of kind of always go for, and our 850 is actually right there. Let's go ahead and get it installed. Why? Why is it upside down like that? That is not how it looks on mine, but it is what it is. And what I mean by why is it upside down, as in like why is it like the logo like that? Why is it like that? That is not how it is with mine. And yes, I do also have the fan pointing downwards in mine. That is one thing I 110% be sure of every time. And last but not least, I believe we can hook up our graphics card. So let's go ahead and get it hooked up here. I have an RX 5700 XT from Asus. Oh wait, it's actually right up here. Got the ROG sticks right at the top. Let's go ahead and get it installed there. Bam bam boom, straight to the moon. Now we can go ahead and reinstall some of the little parts I took off earlier for the GPU to be installed. And I probably should have hooked up my case fans earlier, so let's go ahead and do that now here. Once again, I have some more deep cool fans. I have the I have these. Well, I actually have the CF version, which is the addressable RGB version, but this should be good enough. Overall, it's the same damn fan, except one of them is addressable RGB and the other one is your normal just RGB. You know, your overall your average 12 volt RGB connector. And actually, in the back of my system, I actually have a normal, just white NZXT fan from, I think, like an old radiator or something, but they actually don't have the fan in here. So I'm just going to throw in one of these white Arctic fans instead. Just so then, you know, I can get it as close to the original build as I can. And just like that, we're ready to get everything all cabled up. First things first, we gotta re-hook up our CPU fan there. We're gonna hook up the back fan here, because one thing I've learned in this game is that you're still gonna have to daisy chain all your fans for some reason, just mainly due to the fact that you can't use every single fan header on your motherboard, which I guess makes sense. It's really hard to just like sort of kind of keep track with like how many fan headers this board has compared to this board and all of that such. So we're gonna go ahead and daisy chain all of our fans here. Last but not least, we have our main GPU and motherboard connectors here, which I actually have some sleeve extensions, so let's go ahead and try to get that matching as close as we can. I actually have some pink, white, and red ones. I'm very doubtful that we can get it fully matching, but let's see what I can do here. just like that, we also have to be sure we hook up our peripherals and power, because I cannot tell you the amount of times I've tried to fucking turn on a system and I don't have any power going to the power supply, and I just look even more like a madman than I already am. Let's go ahead and get the rest of our panels hooked up onto the system, and we should be ready to get it all booted up and posted, hopefully. Also, definitely cannot forget our OS drive, something I always forget in this game. And just like that, we should be ready to get this thing up and running. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Forgot to hook up the power button because the front panel has all your I/O on it, so definitely need to hook that up, huh? Alright, and in 3, 2, 1, boom. Let's actually go ahead and head into the BIOS. Oh, I guess not. No! Turn it off. Because I actually really need to head into the BIOS first, because we are going to boot into the hard drive immediately. I don't know why the game makes you do that. So first things first, let's actually turn on XMP. Let's be sure we are booting off of the SSD and not the hard drive, because we don't want to fucking take 3 years to boot into our fucking OS. And now we'll see our OS, yeah, like look at that, immediately you can see how much faster that was. And there's that horrendous boot noises. You'll love to hear it. Let's go ahead and get all of our apps installed. God, I love the fact that 3D Mark is literally inside of a fucking PC building game. Alright, and as you can see, we are back into the system here. As you can see, I already have my lighting scheme all set up to overall match with what my system looks like. I'll actually have sort of kind of a side-by-side comparison of the two here, just to sort of kind of show off how close I really tried to get my system to look alongside with the system that we have made in game here. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and launch a CPU and GPU stress test here as we actually work on our other system here. So let's go ahead and get this thing running, and we'll go ahead and jump into our next system. Let's head on over here and get our case. Now, it only varies on if they have the proper case, which this person actually has a Cooler Master NR600, which is a case I actually thoroughly enjoy to build in, which it does not have. Wow, I'm actually fairly surprised by that. Or here, like, let me check. No, it's actually not here. Very interesting. That's actually like, well, I mean, like, I can't really say it's like too popular, but I mean, like, hell, I mean, like, I would overall think so. It's a pretty decent case in my opinion. Alright, well, I guess not. Well, actually, here, I guess we can actually build it inside of their old case, depending on if it's still here. He last had, I think, well, not I think, I know, he had a very, like, god-awful Corsair carbide with, like, no airflow in it at all. So let's see if we can find this thing here. Oh, that's not it, but geez, it practically looks like it. And practically looks like it's also completely choked off with air, so I guess we'll choose this one here. Let's go ahead and get to work. Let's go ahead and get this side panel off, and we actually have some fucking pre-installed fans here, which is pretty nice. Get our front panel removed. Oh damn, it also has one of these? That's pretty nice, although in all honesty, that honestly seems really choked off in air, because I didn't see any like side mesh or anything like that. This side panel off. Oh wow, you can even vertically mount your GPU in here. We might do that, but in all honesty, the original build didn't have that, but we'll see how I'm feeling about it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the board set up. I believe, well, I can't really remember everything, but I know they had a KB Lake. So, oh damn, look at that right there. So 1151. Geez, looking like slim pickings up in here. We'll do the MSI one since they did actually have a MSI board. So let's choose this one here. Get all my standoffs hooked up. And yeah, let's see right here. It's letting us use that little middle one. Why the hell didn't it let us use that in the other one? Why not? Alright, nice, nice. I mean, you still have some other things to remove off the case, like the mesh up here and... What? Was that... That was not the mesh. Is there a top panel on this fucking case? What? Why? Why? That seems like it's gonna choke it off entirely from air. Well, whatever. We'll overall see if that affects the temperatures. Although I'm very doubtful that that is like a thing in the game. I don't know. We'll see. We need to find our 7700K here. Just right there. Boom. Still a pretty good chip this day and age, I will say. And once again, let's slap our thermal paste on there. Next up, we're going to do our memory. This person has some G-Skill Rip Jaws, I believe the red version as well. So let's see if we can find those. Hopefully we can, because they over have a black and red theme going on. Hey, look at that right there. Go ahead and smack it into the DIMMs. Get our memory clips opened up and smack it on in there. Get our other stick in there. Next up is our cooler. I can't remember what cooler this person had. I think they had like... I know they have a Roseville cooler, which I already know for a fact is in this game. The main issue is finding the right like size. Because I know they had a 92mm fan on that cooler. I guess we'll just go with this little Arctic Freezer Esports one here. And just overall say close enough from there. Alright, and since we're on coolers, let's actually install more of these fans here. We'll rock out with the ones that are in here. What are these? Mortoni? Who? I've never heard of this brand in my life. I'm gonna have to look them up after this. I've never heard of this fucking brand ever in my life. Well, anyway, we'll just rock out with the ones we need here. Go ahead and get these installed. I have to take out the hard drive bay to get these installed. Get out of here. Alright, we've got our fans installed now. Now I think we need to hook up our storage, which this is gonna be the main thing that drives everyone absolutely insane right here. Alright, so inside of this whole build, this person has one source of storage, which is a 1 terabyte hard disk. That's right, this person boots from their hard drive. And I cannot tell you the last time I worked on this system, I think it took like 5 minutes for us to like actually boot into Windows. So, you know, hey man, I nag on this person every day to get an SSD. So, you know, overall, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and install a power supply now. Once again, another Corsair unit, I believe a 650 watt unit. So, a little bit lower, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see if we can find it. And I believe it was actually the RMX version as well. So let's go ahead. Oh, keep on forgetting I can't do a full 360 swivel. It's one thing I really wish I could do. But you know, it is what it is. Can't have everything in this game. And one thing I actually do enjoy is that the label is actually proper. It's actually right side up instead of being fucking upside down and driving me up a wall. And last but not least, we can finally install our graphics card. This person has a RX 580 from Sapphire, which I'm just now realizing actually isn't in the game. So if they have an RX 580 from MSI, that'll actually look pretty nice because it'll match, and they do, which is perfect. So let's go ahead and hook this thing up in here. I actually need to get rid of my PCI slots. You know what, let's actually go ahead and vertically mount it, because why not? Because why not? Go ahead and hook it up there. It'll probably be entirely choked off, but I mean, hey, this whole system will be entirely choked off anyway because of these fucking panels. So hey, it's not like it really makes that much of a difference. Just like that, we need to get everything all cabled up here. So let me go ahead and do that now. And even though this build originally did not have any sleeved extensions, I'm going to actually hook it up with some red sleeved extensions. Just to overall, you know, jazz it up a little bit in there. Man, that one cable right there is just looking, oh my goodness. Jeez, I hate it on how these cables are just coming off over to the side like that. That's driving me insane a little bit, can't lie. Alright, and just like that, our system is all built. Now, as you can see immediately, I don't have the front panel or the top panel on. And yes, I know I don't have the side panel on either. It's mainly due to the fact that I forgot to put it on. But I'm going to leave off the mesh and the panels off at first, just to overall see if it overall affects the thermals of the system, just mainly due to the fact that I'm very curious on if the game will actually sort of kind of like pick up on that a little bit. I don't know, that's one thing I've never really checked, is if overall the game will see like, hey, once I throw these not so ventilated panels on here, I wonder if our thermals will drop at all, really. So anyway, with all that being said, let's go ahead and power it on. Oh wow, I never even knew that that little fucking part of the card was glowing like that. That's actually fairly interesting. Is there like one fan in there? It's like a different color or something. It looks weird. Alright, wait on, let's go out and head over here. Let's get all of our programs installed. It's gonna take forever, so I'm just gonna skip straight over to it. And we got everything installed here. Alright, we are back to the system here. While I was at it off camera, I went ahead and enabled XMP on this system as well. We're going to go ahead and open up our CPU stress tester. 40C? 40C? Like, I mean, like, bro, our side panels and shit ain't even on yet. How are we at 40C? Compared, what? For surely it's the cooler, and who knows, maybe it's also these fans as well. I guess this aren't really that good. But man, I was not expecting this thing to be hitting 40C immediately. This system here, which is a 4-core 8-thread processor, versus this system over here, which is an 8-core 16-thread processor. Like this system is this fucking system on steroids, but yet this one is heating up more than this one. Alright, well whatever, let's just go ahead and get this infinite fucking stress test going here. I'm pretty sure this is probably gonna jump up to probably around like 60, probably like 64C, 65. Jesus Christ. How much hotter is it gonna get once I throw these panels on? Ugh. How are we getting, oh my god, and it's only getting hotter. And over here we didn't even hit 50C, and we've been going for 17 minutes. This right here is definitely our hot spot right here. Let's actually see our temperatures again. Okay, so we still only max out at 66.17C. So let's throw our panels back on. See if anything changes here. And I swear, every time I look at it, that one rear fan just goes away, and and then I sit there and think, oh no, did I forget to install a fan? And then I look away and then it's back. My mind is playing tricks on me. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get these panels back on. And I reckon through the magical power known as editing, I'll see you guys here in a few minutes. Just so then we can see if our temperatures have raised or dropped at all. Alright, and I am back. I actually left for like a few minutes actually, but we are back at it, and as you can see, there wasn't really much of any change inside of the temperatures there. It might have actually gone up a little bit, but I don't know. As far as I remember, that's actually where it was there. Anyways, we're going to actually end this little stress test here, and we're actually going to run 3D Mark. I've actually already ran it on that system while I was gone. I haven't looked at the results, but I can probably just assume that it's probably the same way as it was on my system. And if not, we'll actually do a side-by-side comparison on how my benchmark went on this system versus my real life system. Of course, there's probably gonna be a few small differences. It's mainly due to the fact that the RAM and the board are both different, but anyways, let's go ahead and run this one here, and we'll actually somewhat compare these two systems to each other. Overall, I already know that the other system over there will do a lot better due to the fact that, of course, the CPU and GPU are both practically double of what this system is. But anyways, let's just see how this one does in comparison to the other one. Alright, and both systems are all done with our 3D Mark stress tests. Now I reckon we'll head over to this one first and check it out. The overall score was 4,397, which isn't too bad. It could be a lot better, but you know, it is what it is. Our GPU scored a 4,242, which is a little bit oof, but you know, like I said, it is what it is. And our CPU, damn, our CPU scored a perfect 5,555. Damn, I'm fucking pretty fucking impressed by that. I can't even lie. It's literally all fives, baby. Alright. And now we're gonna look at this one. As you can see, this one quite literally scored double to what that one is. This one is at a 8,962. Our GPU here is at a 8,784, and our CPU is at a whopping 10,125. So yeah, roughly just like how I assumed that this would be, probably twice the amount in terms of its scores compared to the other system over there. But then again, it does somewhat make sense because, like I said, it is somewhat like this build is somewhat like this build, just on fucking steroids, because like I said, it's literally this times 2. And just like that, I do believe that that's probably gonna wrap up this PC building simulator from here. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button, and if you didn't, you know what to do. And not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Currently on the road to 500 subs, so then we can unlock that pesky little community tab. Don't know why it's locked behind 500 subs. That would be something that I'm pretty sure everyone would appreciate out of the gate, but you know, it is what it is. If you guys would like to show some support to the channel, please hit that red button, make it great for me, and it would mean a lot to me. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up this video here, and like I said, if you guys want to see me come and play this game again, be sure to hit that like button and let me know down in the comments below if you guys want to see some more of this game here in the future. Like I said, I can do a little playthrough through the career mode or something like that, or just do some more PC builds like these here. Anyways, I'm gonna quit chit-chatting up in y'all's ear. I'm gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys have a good one. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later, fellas.